When installing an LG VRF system, it's critical that you do both your pressure test and your vacuum correctly in order to ensure that the system operates properly and you're able to get your extended warranty. My name is Matt Davis. I work for Energy Transfer Solutions. I'm the VRF specialist, and today I'll be going through the different steps on how to do both those things properly. So before you're getting ready to do your pressure test, you want to ensure that all your piping is installed, all your braze joints are done, and everything is installed according to your LATS diagram that was supplied to you by your rep. First thing you want to do is make sure you have a tank of dry medical grade nitrogen, manifold gauges, and a nitrogen pressure regulator. Once you get everything together, you're going to charge all three ports of the system at the same time. Now, while all the valves are open in the system, since no power has been applied, it is much easier to get a balanced charge when you charge all three lines at the same time. You have to get the system up to 550 PSI. That pressure has to hold for 24 hours. Different manufacturers use different pressures. LG's specific pressure is 550 PSI. Once the system's up to 550 PSI, it needs to be documented, verified by your rep. Once pressure holds for 24 hours, next step is vacuuming the system. Once 550 PSI is reached, that has to hold for 24 hours. If there is a leak or a drop in pressure, that has to be repaired and the test has to be started over so that the system can hold for 24 hours. An important factor to pay attention to is the outside ambient temperature. It can cause both a rise and a drop in the pressure of dry nitrogen in a system. Once the system has held solid for 24 hours, you can slowly let the nitrogen out and prepare for your vacuum test. Next is vacuuming down your system. An important thing to know is that if power has been applied to the system, you will have to perform by putting the system in vacuum mode, which can be found on the front panel of all LG VRF systems. If power has not been applied or once vacuum mode has been reached, next steps would be to tie your gauges into all three lines on the system, pump everything down equally. For best practice, when vacuuming down a system, it's a good idea to use the Schrader removal tool. Removing your Schrader cores while vacuuming your system will decrease the amount of time it takes to pump down the system dramatically. LG requires that the system get pumped down below 500 microns and hold there for more than 24 hours without rising more than 300 microns. So if your system gets pumped down to 185 microns and rises up to 490, that is still a failure. Once your vacuum test has been completed, it's time to charge your system. So what you're going to want to do is get your nitrogen ready, get your gauges ready. You're going to charge your system based on the trim charge given in your LATS diagrams. Once your trim charge has been effectively put into the system, you can then disconnect your hoses and open your king valves, and your system is ready for startup. Thank you for joining me today. Again, my name is Matt Davis. If you would like more in-depth training, feel free to visit our LG Academy in the website listed below.